Hello and welcome to episode 83 of the Bull Market Watch, presented by intro-to-cryptos.ca. My name is Doug and I am your host. Just a quick brush past the disclaimer. You can pause the video to read through the details here. And we're going to get right into the content. We can see here that we're probably not going to be finding the beginning of the bull market here today. I don't imagine that's what we're going to be discovering as we go through all the coins, but I do want to track all of the data so that we show from day to day what the change is. Then we can see when that really occurs and exactly how much the change is. So we'll go through our spreadsheet again and quickly update everything in our spreadsheet so that we get our color coding, and at the end we'll add them all up and we'll update this chart, and we'll also get our bull to bear ratio 5:32, and I should probably move that down and change the size of it so that it stands out really big. This is how many bullish markets there are and how many bearish markets there are, and it's definitely more bearish than bullish. So in this crypto live stream, we're going to review more than 50 cryptocurrency charts and grade them against our trading plan. Then we plot this information onto this chart and come up with an index that gives us a numerical way to measure the overall bullishness or bearishness of the market. And so if you want to follow along and see what our trading system is, you can go and get the free chapter from my book over on the website, intro-to-cryptos.ca. You can head over there and sign up, and you get the spreadsheet that we're using here in the analysis, as well as a free chapter from my book. Some really great training there, and it's free. Just go and grab it. So you don't want to miss out on that stuff, especially now when we're not in the bull market. This will help you get prepared for when the bull market really turns, and you'll have all of the tools in your pocket. And these are the very same strategies I use to trade from zero to over $500,000. So I'm working really hard right now to watch for when the next bull market comes, because I want to make that kind of profit again, the same as I made last time. And the charts are all lining up. There is some patience test going on right now. And let's zoom out and take a look at this. Here's the 4-hour view of Bitcoin. We can see that we're in a down trending moment right now, but that it's bounced twice off of this bottom here, and it could be our 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. You just have to sit and wait it out and see what to do, because it's floating here in no man's land. It gets to be more important. Let's zoom out actually to the 1-day view and go all the way back to see where April of 2017 were, way back here at $1,300 for Bitcoin. This may be really significant. If we go into the 1-day view of Ethereum and we pull this all the way back, we can go back to the big run of 2017. We see Ethereum is sitting just underneath these price levels. So that is resistance for Ethereum. If we go out to the 1-day view of Litecoin, we can see it's sitting just underneath some really important resistance right now. All the way back, all the way through history, this is really key levels. And if we go to the 1-day charts for Stellar, it is also at some important levels back in the past. So the last time this was it was March and April, May of 2017. And then we swooped quickly up past those prices in December last year. Now this is some really key levels all the way along for all of these markets. And so it's a big decision point, another reason to continue to go through these studies and to document it all, track it all, so that we can be the ones observing it and be ready for it. So without any further ado, let's start into the process. So this we know is neutral. These we should be able to go through pretty quickly now. The spreadsheet is easy to update. Basic attention token really blasted off. I was thinking, what? Where's that blast off? There. So it looks like a real blast off, but According to the simple trading plan, it's actually just starting to set itself up for us. And with a consolidation and a break above these levels, it might turn into a buy signal. So I would have to put it, say, an alert right now at the best. Just because it's had an explosion there doesn't make it really good just automatically. BNT, Bancor Network Token, will come somewhere someday, but right now I'm just going to put it at neutral. It's moved up to neutral from a fail. BCH, ABC, and C, those two things are too long of names to begin with. 12-hour bars, it would have to break higher than this and start turning around a little bit more with a couple bars to be more than neutral, but it's moved up to neutral. Like it's established a bit of a base here. And it could be, if I go into a different time frame, it's probably showing us a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Certainly, we've got a tiny one here. We've got a larger one here. This is a larger full 1, 2, 3. So if it does break above these levels, that could turn into a buy signal. Not for the simple trading plan, though. Not yet. The simple trading plan will wait for these moving averages to cross over. So I'll leave it at neutral for now. Oh, that's the same one. That's just different time. This one I'll upgrade it to neutral as well because it's established a bottom and pulled up. If it's pulling back a little bit more, then we'll call it a near fail. If it breaks these levels, then we call it a fail. Just to give us that overall knowledge of where the market is. So that is a neutral. Then I got to jump back here to PCN right there. PCN, I'm not expecting anything out of. Zoom back. Yeah, nothing. I'll leave it as neutral, even though it could be fail, could be near fail. The Bitcoin stays as a near fail because it would have to go down below those levels. Bitfinex, actually I'll leave this. Looking at BitShares, and I'll use this chart for Bitcoin. Zoom out. Zoom into the 1 hour bars. So it's still a near fail because it's nearly failing. It would have to break down below these levels, and it's been a real teaser with these quick little dumps that haven't crashed it. Definitely a teaser because we saw these quick little dumps here before and then a crack. So it's a tough market, but in the larger term, we do have this little 1, 2, 3 bottom here and a larger 1, 2, 3 in shape here where we've got a triple bottom pretty much. So we just have to have it break this trend line and then it'll start to wake up to neutral, at least in the simple trading plan. Here we are looking at the 12-hour bars for BitShares, and it is shaping up. The 12-hour bar and our exponential moving averages have been crossing over and over back and forth. So there's a go. We have the break of the downtrend line for sure. We've got this nice bottom formation shaping up and some pre-pump candles. This is really looking better and better every day as time goes along. And I'm going to move it up to an alert here now. Burst. Hello, AOL Chandra. We got a small group here. I'll have to get regular at this time every day and build up our group again. We were having 30 odd people joining us every day, and then I stopped doing it regularly. Or maybe that was because the bull market faded off as well. But anyway. Burst. Neutral. I'm fine with going on and on because I am doing this for my own wealth. I am doing this for my own studies. I am doing this for my own, and if anybody comes along and makes money, I love it. It's fantastic. This goes from up to a neutral, from a fail. And if it makes a consolidation pattern here a little bit, it could be our trend add-on. We could be jumping back onto this trade now if it consolidates. I like it. That is the daily chart. Wow. Civic Coin actually picked up off the ground, and so it's no longer a fail and moves itself all the way up to neutral from that fail. Hey, we've got some movement going on here that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting a much more awful report as we're going through this. Dash has picked up from a near fail up to a neutral. There's another one. That's a good step. Decreed, are you up to neutral as well? No, I'll say near fail. It could be neutral because it did get some candles up and then pulled back a little bit. Maybe I'm being hard on it. Digibite, near fail as well. Still too close. It needs some more juice. Doge was a fail, and it's picked up a little bit. I'll leave it as a near fail now, which is where it's been hovering. EOS, I'm really interested to see what goes on with this one. This is a really nice looking chart. I'm going to move it up to alert status. Where is our... So here on the 12-hour bar view, the moving averages have crossed over and over so often that it gets too noisy for a trade signal, and you got to zoom back out to the 1-day view. And so I'll consider this a buy signal if these 1-day moving averages cross over, especially if we're moving higher out of this range. That'll be huge. But I'm going to make that an alert right now. Ethereum Classic, we were looking at this one, and it's no longer a near fail. It's moved itself up. So now we have a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. It's given us a 3. Unless it breaks down below that, that's now our 3. And if we zoom back to a longer term view on this chart, we can see that this is a very compressed bottom formation here, like most of the alts. And this one's right down to the bottom of historical lows. Can't get better opportunity. If the past is anything like the future, this is the moment. This is the time. This is why I'm so excited about this stuff. Actually, like maybe everybody else is bored, and that's I don't know, but I recommend you go and get your free copy of that book. If you haven't and you're watching this, go and get your free copy of that book so that you don't come back 6 months from now, check out these videos, and you say to yourself, shit, I wish I would have done this stuff back at February and March of 2019. What a difference it would have made for my life. Look at these people talking about being millionaires now. Go and grab the training. I really believe in it. Ethereum, is that what we're looking at now? Ethereum is, I have to put it as a near fail. That's what it was last time. Near fail. Factum was an alert. And I'm going to keep it as an alert. There's the 3-month view. So it's pulled back just a little bit, but it is so close and so coiled up at such an important time that I want to be an alert on this one. Paying attention. All right. Flying through these. There's a couple of these markets I have to add in here. Foam. Okay, I leave it as neutral for now, but if this consolidates, I would take this as our a little bottom formation here. I would trade it. Game was an alert, and then it's faded back, so it's still neutral. It'll have to regain its alert status with some good price moves here. Gas is now neutral instead of a near fail because it's moved its way up. And it's giving us good 1, 2. This is our new number 3 point now. And I like the shape of it over time. This is as flat as you can get it. Like the opportunity just doesn't get rolled down into a space this small very often. We've all been waiting a long time for this to shape up. So it's a great time to be going through these. I can't wait for the success stories coming out of this, but I'm going to have to call this a near fail. Even though it's picking up a little bit, it's got to do more than that. Otherwise, I just don't trust it. This isn't on the exchange anymore. Hunter coin still is a near fail. Still not looking strong enough. Kyber network token. No, KNC. Okay, it's pulled its butt off the ground here at least, but not by much. So I'll leave it as neutral. It was neutral yesterday. Library credit was a near fail. Stays a near fail. In fact, looking like a fail there. I'm going to go and change it to fail. So Loom is, oh, it's a great looking chart actually. If I go out to a longer term view, the 3-month view, this is a great looking chart. Really consolidated, but not enough to do anything more than neutral. It's going to have to step up. Lisk, it was one of my favorites a long time ago. Not anymore. I would say near fail on this one, but it's probably like the perfect time to get Lisk. It's like, how can you get it any lower? This looks like a top formation. And this looks very plausible. Actually, that really looks like a top formation. I got to dig into these, some indicators a little bit here. Not seeing much of a divergence in the RSI. The on-balance volume isn't gone negative or anything here. Still got a little bit of strength to the MACD. Okay, if this was pulling away, that would be better. If the space was between them was still good, that would be better. And if the histogram here wasn't fading away, if it goes negative and this crosses over, Litecoin's on its way down. And we'll see the on-balance volume go to negative at that same time. I don't like the look of this chart. I'm wanting bull, and I'm wanting this to break higher, but that looks like a sell signal to me. And even though we've still got it marked as a hold, so how would I trade this if I was holding that trade that we talked about? We traded this breakout right here, and I would still be holding it. I would leave my stop loss just above my entry, and I would sit on my hands as fiercely as possible, trying not to get out of there just because it's right at the last moment. I will take that risk right now on this chart. And that's the way I err on my trading always, is to risk for the longer term hold, which really from now until 6 months, 8 months from now may be an erroneous strategy. It may be better to be keeping your stop loss moved up close behind your profits and keep those profits and reevaluate another trade afterwards, rather than letting the market go way up and keeping your stops low, have the market come all the way back down and stop you out. And then you've spent all that time. And let's see if I can go to the 1-day view and bring up a specific example. Instead of just talking, I'll show you this. If I was playing my strategy here, eventually it worked out. But for all of these months here, I would get into a trade. Give me a mark or something. I would get into a trade. It would be profitable, and the price would come down to my entry point, and I would get kicked out at even, and spend all this time here. I would try to get into a trade, got out at a small loss, get into a trade, it came back, and I was out at a very small profit the whole time. Whereas if I had traded differently and I kept my stop loss up close, I'd have had much bigger profits. I could have paid attention to short trades. There may have been some swings in here where I was protecting my profit and trying out without having small losses. In this area, I could have protected some profits. And then when the markets are actually taking off and on a trend, then you could be trading the trend following strategy a little bit more religiously. And how do we know that? By looking at the 200 period moving average. Moving average. Moving average. Inputs 200. So we can see all the way along a similar time to where we are now, and quite a long ways forward before the price broke above the 200 period moving average, and the 200 period moving average was on a downtrend at that time. So prices moved above it for a bit, but then they were right back down under that 200 period moving average until the 200 period moving average was flat and actually starting to go up with prices. Then we know that the bull market is on. We've seen the change of inflection here, and we know that it's actually trending. So from now until that inflection happens in the 200 period moving average, I would reevaluate the idea of keeping your stop losses way back and trying to catch the trend. It's not here yet. So keep the stop losses up close with at least a percentage of your trade. Get your profits, keep your profits in these choppy things that are on their way for now. Choppy and lots of spikes too. We'll talk about those spikes as we get there. Mana. What did I mark? Made? No. Got off on something else. MadeSafe coin. MadeSafe coin is fantastic, but it's going to be neutral for a while. I don't think they're going to be launching their net for a while yet. Mana, you'll call it a near fail. It's down to where there's no trade in that until it heals itself. It's got to make a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and start to show a change of direction. So I'm interested in Decentraland, and I can't wait to do some 3D world tours in there. This is a great looking, what is it, nav? Yeah, it's a really great looking chart, but it's in the middle, like a pointed triangle in the middle. So if this breaks above this pointed triangle, that's good. If it goes down below, not so good. Let's pull this over here. Namecoin should be a fail, should be a sell. Oh, there we go. It still is. So good. NXT, another one of these. I got to let go of these old technologies because the new technologies are better, stronger, faster, and they're doing gains like Link instead of NXT, and some of these great, fantastic technologies from a few years ago. They're too old. OMG, I don't know what's up, why it's down. I don't know. I thought it was like a fantastic thing with great partnerships, and I don't know. Omni, I'll have to leave it as a near fail now, not a fail. Pascal. So are you guys bullish or bearish? Answer in the chat for me there. Give me a bull or a bear. I'm going to have to say I'm a bear. Oh, shit, I spelled it wrong. Talk or type, one of the two. Let me know if you're bull or bear. I have to say I'm bearish, even though I want to be bullish. And in the longer term, of course, I'm bullish, but in the short term, I have to say I'm bearish. This moves up to neutral from a near fail, just a tick into neutral land. PPC, bearish, send crypto. Yeah, it's those big long-term moving averages just hold the weight. PPC, it's not neutral, it's still near fail. Quantum, yeah, I think we're heading to 2200. Yes, it is. I think we're doing the 2200 as well, but I was actually believing in my, I'm going to make this one neutral. I was believing in my conspiracy theory enough that I was reading it into the charts. This looks like it's going to be going to like orders of magnitude higher. Go into a longer term view of this, and this really looks like it's going to be staging and staging and staging way higher than what this is right now. Where is it going to go right now? That I have to keep it as a hold for sure in our trade. Even if we move our stop loss up underneath this from where we were watching for the entry, we're still happy and good. We could move our stop loss up here maybe even, and or do a percentage stop loss afterwards. SBD, wow, looking strong actually. I'll give it neutral, and if it's pushing higher against these tops, then I'll make it an alert. If it breaks higher, it is a buy, a hold. Because these color coding things are not actual trading signals. They're just our overall view of what is this chart doing. Is it a bearish or bullish? And so some of these things, it's hit a bottom and it's ticked upward. It's not, I have to give it a near fail. SNT. Whoops, a little too far. SNT. So SNT stays neutral because it's just Steam. How are you doing? Are you doing neutral? Still neutral, but a little bit higher, and it'll be this add-on right in here. This is making a formation that I would a little bit higher, and I would make that an alert. Storage, we got into the other day, and then we got kicked out because it really pulled back. It really got whipsawed. So we just said, okay, we would have gotten out of that because it's doing something crazy, but it's also a good thing to put in 20 bucks and no stop loss. Leave it. But anyway, I'm going to put this as an alert again because I think it's going to be really taking off. I'm on their email list. I signed up to the storage early get going on version 3 of their whole hard drive storage system. So you can use your hard drive, rent out your hard drive, and make money. We were looking at the profitability of that on their announcement, and it looks pretty good. I think it's better than some of the mining that's going on right now for sure. Barry Phelps, good to have you here. You must have signed up with your old name. STR. Okay, this is when we were looking at going way back to old historical prices. Just this candle wick down is all we've got to reach back to, and it's bouncing. Is it still a fail? 1 month view. I'll move it up to neutral. And Strat, what about you? Strat's actually looking pretty good. It's made a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here. It's not strong enough to pick it up to an alert, but at least it's up to neutral. Syscoin, which was an alert for several days, pulled back to neutral. It'll stay neutral, but it won't be much before that turns into more. Viacoin we had as an alert, staying as I'm going to take it off alert status, and it may just blast off, but it's now ticking down. It's not showing like pressure like it's about to blast. It could turn around and go, but it's softened off a bit, so it can't be alert status. VTC, rock and roll. This one turned into our hold, so we were watching this one to go, and it was announced by another Telegram group. So this is the kind of thing that, let's zoom in on this. This is the kind of thing that is very short term. Up, take some of your profits, prices are coming back down. If this has been announced by some of these big, huge Telegram groups, and then there's probably other Telegram groups that are monitoring each other, and then you got this retweeting type of thing going on. So that first bit of surge in the hour, the first hour, as people are getting that notification and using their phones to just quickly FOMO buy, it's a killer, especially if you are too late and you have your stop loss set down here. People are buying in late. It's coming down. They're getting fear and uncertainty and doubt, and so they're selling because rule number 1, they're at a loss. They're already down some 20% on the trade. It's a killer. They're pissed right off, and they're just dumping for whatever they can get. Prices come way down below. I think actually this is a good time to put in a buy order right where the stop losses would be. We've seen the pump. Let's put that buy order in as a strategy. Done deal. You just saw the evolution of a trading plan. X counterparty floating along. You'll give it a near fail still. Almost neutral. XEM really bounced, really came up off of that level there, so it's not a fail anymore, so I'll leave it as neutral because it's not threatening to fail and go down further. XMR is getting some pretty serious trading volume, and this is a nice consolidation pattern building up. A break higher from this is going to be, it's going to move significantly. This has taken a long time to build up like this. And again, a break below that would be significant too. It's not giving us a direction either way, so I can't put it as an alert or a near fail. It has to be neutral. It's in between still. XPM still stays as a fail. just Ripple. Ripple, I want to stop and do a shout out to Love for Crypto. If you haven't gone and seen his YouTube channel, Love for Crypto, he has some fantastic information about Ripple and what it's going to be doing for the entire banking system in the world. Insane. And if it does, if it does, then Ripple's going to go from what, the 30 odd 40 cents it is now to $3, and then from $3 to $30, and then from $30 to $300, and some people saying from $300 to $3,000. So it'd be good to salt away a little bit of it just in case. But at the same time, the technical patterns are still saying near fail. So I can't jump onto it now, though I really want to pay attention to it. The information that I've been hearing about it is revolutionary. That's a fail. And bigger than Bitcoin. That's not a fail. Bitcoin is really fantastic and all the good stuff it does, but it's not in a position to get into the trillions of dollars of world money movement. Bitcoin's not set up for that, but Ripple is. And now at the final wrap up here, we get to watch these numbers change to see how much more bullish, how much more neutral, how much more bearish it is. Ta-da! Whoa. So we had quite a drop of fail coins and quite a pickup of neutral. So that's good. And there's a tick up in green and yellow. That's good. Now, what's our bull bear numbers adding up to here? I got to copy and paste this over as well. 8 to 20. These are just manually entered here, just to keep in mind on them. And I'll create a chart of these afterwards. Can you see those? No. You just can't see them. There's not enough rows. Add, insert 5, right, there we go. Now you can see them. Here where we had 6, 5, now 8 as our bullish index, and 32, 32, and down to 20 as our bearish index. So we've come up a little bit more bullish as a result of this report here today. Phenomenal. All right, we could zoom in on this and watch it take off right now. But let's go back to Bitcoin. Let me refresh this page so it loads up with the default values. So here we are with Bitcoin in the 4-hour bar. Zoom into the 5-minute bar. This is where I've been holding this throughout the day. I keep this on my chart on one of my monitors. Somebody was asking about my trading station. Here's a picture of my trading station with some background music for the interlude. All right, now I've lost my chat. Ripple's like buying Apple at 10 cents. Yes, there are many coins waiting for big movements like Ripple. Are there any coins waiting for big movements like crypto? Like, yes, I do believe there are some that are phenomenally game-changing technologies that are going to be as big as Apple and Google and pervasive as them. I believe MadeSafe will be one of them, because the MadeSafe coin, the Safe Network coin, is going to be the gas that runs the entire made safe internet. So every view of any content, anything at all, has to be paid for in that token. Imagine if something like the search engine Google, which uses the internet, had to pay a small micro fraction for every single search that it was done on its platform. What if Facebook had to pay the internet for all of its transactions that are going on? That would be worth a lot of money. It'd be worth more than Facebook and Google and Apple and everything else all put together, because it is the internet. And I think it's going to be massive. Another couple that are interesting, and I don't know as much about them, but Link is another technology that could be heading for astronomical levels. It could be going 10 times and 10 times and 10 times again over periods of time. And there's no way to know, of course. Another one is Yuan Chain. And I'm picking these ones out because they are helping with interoperability between different platforms, different chains. So then you can have values from one chain cross over through these intermediaries to another chain and have the chains communicate back and forth. I think these intermediaries are going to be worth tons of money as well. I know I wasn't expecting as much from, scroll back here, BNB. I was thinking, like, why would this token be worth any money when they first came out with it? And I was thinking about how they put this together as a token to run transactions inside their own system. And it just wasn't getting to me how BNB was going to be. I didn't get it. And certainly it has turned into an enormous profit. So many of those other coins that are the working utility coin for a system, they're going to be worth tons of money. I am using the, it's a common one. Everybody uses it. It's $100 mic, something blue. Zeti. Oh, Yeti. Yeti blue mic. And it has a number of different settings. So if I speak to the microphone from this side of it, it sounds completely different than if I speak to the microphone from this side. It's pretty cool. Helps to eliminate some of the background noise. All right, so it is looking bearish. That is a bummer. I was really wanting to go through and come out feeling like it's just about to turn. We're going to see a bottom here and things run up to $5,100 US for Bitcoin. And so my conspiracy theory is what's got me. My conspiracy theory that there are bots manipulating this, like large institutional bots. It's massive. It's billions of dollars. And this is why we have these Bart Simpson moves. They're just intentionally manipulating the shorts and the longs. And so this would be the time where the shorts are building up. Where is that? Oh yeah, I can just do it over there. How does that work? It is not working. Oh yeah, okay, it is. Right there. You can see the shorts and the longs. The shorts are at 52%, so it doesn't show properly. Can I move that over? Does that show? I think it shows. Something blue. Let me find the chat again. I have all these Yeti Blue. Here's the microphone. Dun dun dun. Blue microphone, the Yeti USB mic. It's great. Look what I've uncovered. The storage node earnings estimator. I'll put the link in the chat. So you can see that with 20 terabytes of hard drive space, let's do 16 just because it's easy math. They're $200 each. So there's $400 worth of drives. Bandwidth cap doesn't make much effect. Usage of bandwidth makes an effect on your earnings. Download speed doesn't make that much difference for your earnings. Upload speed, however, makes a big difference for your earnings. And once you cap out on your upload speed, then the bandwidth makes a difference. So if I max this out and max this out, 2 8 terabyte hard drives worth $400 could earn you $6,700 in the first year of revenue. But this is not hosted at home. If you're hosting it at home, like at my house, I have 15 up and hundreds down. Bandwidth, I could give it all my resources. So then for that $400 investment, I could earn a potential of $632 in my first year of renting out that hard drive space using storage. So this is fantastic. I was thinking, how much would I have to spend in order to earn $40,000 a year? Basic living costs, you know, how much would you have to invest so that you're earning $40,000 a year? It's great time to be doing it. And I think that this is at the price of storage coins now. So if you were to have the opportunity to mine a ton of them right now, I think it's going to be worth so much more in the future. So my conspiracy theory, just in brief, is that prices are going to be manipulated up right here as the shorts get long enough. We got 52.76% shorts right now. If those shorts go up to, I don't know, as soon as there are enough of the shorts, that's when the squeeze will start to happen to squeeze all their money out. So they have to close their short and they have to buy, which drives prices up more. And we'll hit the $5,100 level. And then we'll hit a top formation. And this is where I was anticipating from here. Then we would have the monster dip down to $2,500. Then it would just be like a straight drop down, much like this one over here, where it just goes down, 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 down to $2,500, and then really recovers up quickly from there. It's just a typical classic pattern after a huge move like this, like the parabolic move we had in Bitcoin. So after a bubble, this is a common pattern for post-bubble activity. So we should see this kind of massive drop. Oh, I hate when it screws up my drawing. Massive drop, and then the ascending wedge triangle, and finally off to up to the next level. So this is what I was planning for and looking for to trade, but it doesn't seem to be shaping up. Now when I look at it and I get in close, auto, it's just not doing it yet. Still in between though, still neutral, still have to hang out and watch. So 44 minutes on this, going through everything so that we could update our spreadsheet here. And we got some important data showing much more neutral, far fewer failing coins. They've all bounced up that bit and retracted that fail status. Be very keen to see what this turns out like tomorrow. But for now, I'll sign off because there's a fire truck coming by and it's time for me to get ready for hot yoga. So good luck in all of your cryptocurrency trading. Thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you all next time around. There goes my fire truck. He didn't honk. Ciao for now. Good luck. Bye for... oh, what? Look at Stellar just taking off right now. Come on now. This would be great to catch it on the live stream. Every live streamer wants to catch the moment that the big buying all of a sudden just pops in there. That's the crazy addictive thing about trading, is that it goes along quietly and all of a sudden it seems like out of the blue, thousands of people are all throwing hundreds and hundreds of Bitcoin into the pile all at once. We'll see how it all goes. Hey, Send Crypto, good to have you here. AOL Chandra, Barry, thanks for saying hello. And I see we've got a few more people signing in, but I'm signing off now. I'll be back at 6 p.m. every single day on this channel and 6 a.m. over on my Bitcoin trading channel. Ciao. Good luck.